What's going on, guys? Dave Mate reporting from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Today we're talking about another yerba mate brand, a very obscure brand, a brand you probably haven't heard about. It's called Chamigo. Chamigo. And I found this brand a couple weeks ago. My first week back in Argentina, about 3 weeks ago, I was walking through the store and I happened to see this bag. It popped out and I said, all right, I gotta try it. I looked into this brand and I found out that it was made by Molinas. Molinas is the producer of Cruz de Malta. So I found that very interesting right off the bat. I couldn't find any information about this mate online, not even on Cruz de Malta's website, Molinas' website. So I came to the conclusion that this is a hyper-local brand. This is a super local brand produced specifically and solely for the local population here in Argentina, probably particularly in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I like that it's hyper-local. I like that you probably can't find it anywhere else in the world. That's really cool. So I started drinking it and I immediately started to detect Cruz de Malta aspects to it. But the thing about this mate is that you're not going to get the dirtiness factor that you get with Cruz de Malta. When I say dirty, I'm not using that word in a derogatory sense. I'm using it in a literal sense. Cruz de Malta has this dirty, soil, earthy, smoky, tobacco, bravado, muscular, kind of rough, rustic nature to it. This mate, in many ways, is almost the opposite. I would say this mate is more green, it's more floral, it has more softer tones in many ways, but the irony is that this mate is most likely aged less than Cruz de Malta. So even though it has a lot of these soft marshmallow, almost like apple fruity, applesauce situations, there's also a sharpness factor to it. You could also tell that this mate hasn't been aged as long as Cruz de Malta. So it's going to be a little bit sharp around the edges. It's going to have some astringency that you're not going to detect in Cruz de Malta, the traditional Cruz de Malta. But it's a nice contrast from the mainstream brand of Cruz de Malta. This one has definitely more green power to it. It's less aged. It's one of the things that I'm coming to conclude with this mate. Definitely less aged. I like that. I don't know. Some people don't like the super green tasting yerba mate. The mate that tastes like overbrewed green tea, sour green tea. I kind of like that component. That's why I like La Tranquera, whereas most people don't like La Tranquera. A lot of people that I come into contact with, I like it. I like that whole green astringency. As long as it works, as long as it has some sort of floral aspects to it, fruity aspects to it, it could be very strong and green, but it needs to be balanced. Let's try this right now. So it's just really nice to be back in Argentina drinking these yerba mates, finding out about all these new brands. I calculate that there's at least 50 or so brands here right now in the stores that I haven't even tried yet. And I've been drinking mate for 7 years. 7 years non-stop. And I just found 50 brands that I haven't tried yet. So that just tells you the breadth of what's going on here. It tells you this wide landscape of exploration when it comes to yerba mate. Yerba mate is like wine, okay? Yerba mate is like coffee. It's like green tea. There's so many varieties, so many different types, grown in so many different regions throughout South America. One day outside of South America, mark my word. So you could really explore this magnificent plant. It's not about just one brand. All right, just one brand here, I'm stuck with one brand. No, there's so many brands, there's so many different types, there's so many different regions, there's so many different terroirs, as you would say in the wine world. So have fun, try new brands, drink different mate, build your palate, build your experience. Let's take a sip of this. Chamigo, oh, interesting fact, Chamigo actually is the combination of two words, che and amigo. Now, che is a word for saying like, hey, buddy, what's going on? Che, ¿cómo estás? Che, how are you doing? Che is a word that's just used colloquially here in Argentina to mean hello, how's it going? Hey, buddy. It's kind of like saying dude in New York. Hey, dude, what's going on, dude? Same situation here. You say che. And then amigo, obviously, as you know, means friend. You know, it just means hello, friend. It's a literal meaning for friend. So you put the two together and you have chamigo. That's why this mate is called Chamigo Un Mate Amigo. It's the mate of friends. Now this word chamigo, usually you wouldn't hear it here in the city where I am, Buenos Aires. You would hear it in the northern regions of the country, in Corrientes, Entre Rios, obviously Misiones, where this mate is grown. So that's a little inside fact for you, a little tidbit. Chamigo is kind of like a way of saying, hey, chamigo, let's drink some mates. Hey, buddy, let's drink some mates. So yeah, this mate green. You're going to taste the greenness. You're going to taste a little bit of astringency. A little sharp around the edges, like I said. You could tell that the mate is not fully matured yet. Had this mate been aged, it would have probably most likely turned into Cruz de Malta. This is just a lighter version of Cruz de Malta. It's more, it's sharper. It's not as deep as Cruz de Malta. It's not as rich as Cruz de Malta. Those of you that like Union Suave, you may appreciate this. La Tranquera, Mission. It's a light to medium body mate. The cycle is definitely a short cycle, I would say. It has a very good transitioning. It doesn't go through what I call cycle collapsing. What is cycle collapsing? Well, cycle collapsing is when the mate, it starts out really nice, starts out strong, then it has a nice transition into a medium cycle, and then sometimes it just collapses into nothing, into nothingness, into just this nasty little mess. I found that happening with Union Suave. Definitely cycle collapsing at Union Suave. Starts out really nice, it has a nice medium transition, and then boom, just falls flat. This mate, I would say it's very stable, good structure, good body, good transitioning between the cycles from a very strong cycle to a medium cycle to a low cycle or a light cycle. Very good transitioning. Interestingly enough, I'm picking up on some spice, some nutmeg, some cinnamon. Very, very minute little whispers, scintillas of these spices. Mind you, not super prevalent in this mate. I'm definitely picking up on some fruity components, some applesauce, some caramel, some sugar, some toast a little bit. But the predominant taste with this mate, to be honest, is just very green tasting, very grassy. Obviously some hay components. A lot of Argentine mates have this hay component. This one has it, but the predominant thrust with this mate is grass. You're tasting super grass right now. But it's delicious. I like it. Could this become an everyday mate for me? Maybe not. You know, it's nice. It's interesting mate. It's a mate that I would try every once in a while, but it still lacks some personality, in my opinion. But it's a nice mate to just refresh your palate with, to try. If you're into green mates, very green, robust mates, this might be a mate for you to try. Alright guys, Dave Mate from CircleOfDrink.com, YerbaMateLand.com, reporting from Buenos Aires, Argentina, drinking some new brands, having a good time. Nice to see you guys again. Salud.